Okay, so let's talk about an owner's rep and why hire an owner's rep. Well, let's start with the fact of why is your client building a custom home in the first place, right? They could probably go out and find a house that's probably pretty close to what they want, unless they've like found this lot and they've fallen in love with this. But to a certain extent, they want to go through this process. They may not realize what the process is, but they want to go through the process of building a home. So that's where you got to come from, is realize that they want to go through that. So you've got to be able to satisfy them through that process and to focus again on that process. And that's where the owner's rep comes in, by being able to help with that. So let's talk about some of the benefits of having an owner's rep. So the first is greater efficiencies. You know, there's now, if you have the right kind of owner's rep that knows how to communicate effectively and efficiently, you now have a new level of communication between you, the client, all of the subs, everything. So there's just, that's going to add an element of greater efficiencies to the project. The second is that there's now cost savings because you have a more informed owner, right? They now have a professional advisor that's going to help them make the right kinds of decisions so that they can be cost effective. Again, the builder, you can tell them that, but you have a different relationship with them. And there's a certain amount that's a different, if I explain it to them versus you, even though you could probably do a better job of explaining it, they're going to understand it better from me because they see me differently than they do you. The next is that it saves time. This is really what I tell my clients. So again, this is why I bill, one of the reasons why I bill on an hourly basis is because I don't want to be seen as, I used to bill on it as a percentage. And the problem with that is that when a homeowner comes to me and says, well, should I do A or B? And I tell them B, and B is more expensive, they go, well, sure, because you're getting X% of that. So if I'm on an hourly basis, there's no conflict of interest there. But the other thing is that, especially if I'm working for business clients, and especially if they're an attorney that works, they go, look, I can pay Ed X dollars an hour, and I'm billing it 3 times that amount. So for every hour that I'm paying Ed that I don't have to spend, I'm making money on him. So it's a great way for them to be able to understand that and how I can actually save them time by leveraging that. Now here is, I think, the most important thing. It reduces their stress. They now have a hired, trusted professional that's going to guide them through this whole process. They can relax, they can sleep at night, they can know that this is getting done the right way. So all of our clients are affluent clients, right? They all have done very well for themselves. That's why they're able to build these custom homes. And so it's important for us to understand that their pyramid, their value pyramid here. Money for them is not really the most valuable thing for them, right? They've made a lot of money. They're confident they can make more if they need to. So yes, they don't want to spend more money than they need to, but that's not the most important thing for them. Time is definitely more important than money, right? No matter how much money they have, they can't buy more than 24 hours in a day. So that's really important for them as well. But the most important thing, I think, especially for affluent people who can afford conveniences and have a comfortable life, is stress. Because you can spend some money to help reduce your stress, but when it really gets down to it, there's certain things that all the money in the world can't eliminate the stress. And so much of that comes about in building a home. It's what we talked about earlier, whether it's the husband and wife or whatever. And so if you can find a way to help them reduce their stress level, that's so invaluable for them. That's just the greatest savings that you can offer them. And that's what I can do as an owner's rep.